Alright, everyone, welcome back. It's time to keep going. Final Fantasy 16. Right. Gotcha. This is the lady he was looking at.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Is it right in here? Maybe not. It's kind of funny. I was talking about it the other day, one of my previous streams, about the Mega 64 Captain Bosch thing, Final Fantasy 12. Captain Bash from Damascus.
Fucking men of the wrong.
I just watched that, like, literally right before we started rolling. Okay, so this way in? Okay.
Huh?
No.
This suffice as a deposit. By the sands. That's a black pearl. One of the many
The pearl
treasures
is
in my
mine.
collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so. All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
I have a feeling it's not what you think. It seems like a red herring. Like he's not actually doing like something like traitorous. He's just being a little shady.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so.
Jeez.
A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Need treat.
Of course.
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Kupka's trough is when they want to launch it.
Hello. Alright. get over there. Thought that's where we couldn't go. Am I wrong?
Why is the tavern shut?
Oh, okay. It's that way. Or, no. It's a different way. Gotcha. It's the south gate that we're trying to reach. Damn, I still have like no potions. It's not good if we get into something pretty big. This shit reminds me of like Uncharted 3. And, like how it was like so revolutionary at the time. Like the graphics of like the desert. It was like supposed to be like a set piece that, you know, like previously had never really been seen before. And it was pretty great for its time. Back at PS3 days, huh? Everyone was like super excited for Uncharted 3. It was a good game, but Uncharted 2 is way better. Certain if I played Uncharted 3 now, those graphics would probably still hold up. They were pretty good for the time.
I'll take it from here.
Just in terms of scenery.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere.
So royalists are Waloed.
Might happen to
Okay.
end up next.
I thought it was Sambrek, because it looked almost like Bahamut from behind when they grabbed... What's his butt?
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
Stay down.
Oops. Fuck that up.
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Oops. I fucked that up big time. Alright, where's the damn spellcaster? Kupka's private guard. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the greatest acting. Yo, where are all the fucking spellcasters, bro? Where? Is this guy? Usually he sounds alright, like, but I don't know. His, like, it's not the greatest. But that's fine. He struggled a little bit with those, with the Titan lines, a little bit. I do still think like he did like a fantastic job as Clive. It's just like that. It's all weird.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking Crystal's men for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
You got one part of that wrong. This is not meth. You dye your crystals blue
It occurs to me that I
to make
still
it
don't
look
know
like
your
my
name.
products.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
He is a little annoying. This dude.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Pause.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Okay. I thought there was going to be a bigger cutscene because it changed quality. I'm like, nope. I don't care. Yeah, Southgate.
This is no good.
Nope.
I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true?
Yeah, like I said, I think I'm done with side quests for now. If not, like, permanently till the end. I'm hoping it's like 15 or like 7 remake where you can go back.
They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
Oh, fuck's sake.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Pause.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Sid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying.
Shoot.
Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Hey, we got elite health. Zoomers may not understand that. Maybe, I don't know. That's such an old thing. I don't even know if people say elite anymore. Probably not. It was such a stupid, such a stupid thing anyway. I don't know who the fuck came up with it. Elite. Look at that. Now we've gone into Uncharted 4 territory.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, Go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet.
Oh no.
You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
I'm guessing the uncle's gonna die very soon. Yeah, I mean, that's a good ass scene, man. Like, I really like Clive, and I'm so glad they brought his uncle into this. Like, it really, really added a lot to like the character and everything. Yeah, motherfucker. How's it feel?
Fuck! Why do they start? What has that gutter rat done to me? Fuck! Out of my sight, witch!
Oh, that's the dude that.
I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A Mother Crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo?
Who is this guy?
Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta.
Yeah, how'd that work out for her?
Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. shall be so.
Oh, fuck.
You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
What is that? Dude, how long is this game? Like, this seems like an extremely long game. Because I can't see, like, an obvious end in sight. There's still, it seems like so much that could be done. Like, we have to be over halfway through, right? Right? Those are orcs.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
Yeah, this is like where, you know, like the fantasy, extra, like, traditional fantasy elements are crossing into
Are the beastmen part
FF.
of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They spotted us. We've been too close.
Yeah, of course they did. One was trying to be quiet. You were.
It's over.
Orcish fodder. At least they're honest. Never in doubt.
Over the entire mine. Farewell. So much for the men of the rock. Dalmekia's finest.
Is there something over here? Yeah. Oh, I thought it was just the spark from the gold crystal things. Hopefully we can finish this soon, just because, like, not that I want to just, like, finish up, but, like, it just seems like people are not interested in 16. I also want to finish what I started here. And who knows, maybe sometimes with my videos, they get like a life of their own, like way after the fact. And so perhaps if you're watching in the future and you know the videos kind of like have gotten more views, and maybe that's why, because sometimes it just takes a bit.
Animals. You should never have left Ash.
They're like my worst, absolute worst performing videos right now on my YouTube channel. These Final Fantasy 16. Although I have seen that, yeah, like I said, I've seen that before, where like they've done like really poorly, like a video is done poorly, and then like a year later I find out it like blew up for some reason, for my standards. Not like actually blew up, like viral or anything. Just weird how the algorithm works, I suppose. So hard to take that seriously. Oh, whoops. I forgot. Can't even hit him. He's just like stuck in the whirlwind. Oh, I'm like, am I supposed to ride that? Titan's power is pretty great. As much as I like the lightning, I just think for like my personal play style,
Won't be going any further this way.
it's not quite as like useful to me as Titan or Garuda or or Phoenix, I guess.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
Torgal. Just trying to get a perfect block. Torgal like hit him.
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did it get in here?
Yeah, dude, the Titanic block is fucking amazing. Which way am I supposed to go? Is this where I came from? Yeah. I assumed this was the way to go. I didn't know if that was like a side chamber that had like loot. Big cutscene.
By the flames. Come on, Torgal.
Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
I'm gonna keep my cam off here. Because I'm like 99% sure they're gonna have another cutscene like right here. As soon as I open this gate. Dude, look at my fucking health.
Let the trial begin.
Who is this guy?
What the hell?
With me, Torgal.
Guess it doesn't work on everything, huh? Okay, yeah. So, like, slam attack, I can't do. This I can.
That's better.
That's some good damage. Like soon. I thought I pressed that in time. That does good stagger damage too. Damn!
Nice try.
One reason I'm not trying to heal is I want to see if like this will... Nope, didn't level me up.
Seems we're expected.
Yeah.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too?
Good. Checking all the nooks for any potions. I need them. Very badly. Thank God.
More of them.
Great. Yeah, I mean, they usually show up where there's like high ether, right? Which would make sense. Very close to a level up. Could really use it right before we go into whatever, you know, big battle against Titan.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
It should level me up, hopefully. I like that we get to, like, get into the throne that we've seen a couple times.
Help me, boy.
Is that it? Fuck. Alright, fine. I have no choice. Portal's heal is horrible. I'm gonna end it early. Yep, I knew it. Does that... It doesn't restore my double trigger, of course not. That's annoying. Is this where I came from? It is, okay. Torgal's heal is fucking horrible.
Are these nightmares? Is this your doing, Ultima?
Yeah, that's why I'm starting to wonder if that dude is Ultima, but like, I don't know, like a physical manifestation of him. I don't even know. Doesn't really make much sense. Where are we from? Yeah, it's just harder without Jill here. I'm sorry.
Nice try. Soil and stone.
Which way did I come from there? Dude, I don't even know, like... I get into a room and, like, I have fucking no idea where we came from. Because it all looks the same. There's no map. Please tell me Benedict is headed somewhere. Pause. Not really.
But where did you go? The heart. He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I just think it's gonna be really useful for that. Okay, this looks like where I came from. Gotcha. I don't understand why Torgal's heal is so bad. Like, they couldn't make it any better. Yes. Probably about to hit a cutscene. Or a regular battle first.
Just what I needed.
Kinda messed up. They're gonna put a regular battle in front of me. right before. Why? Are you the one that's doing this? I don't think so. It heals you like 4 points. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. They need to fix that. That was something that they should have fixed. Like, I don't understand why Torgal's heal is so bad. It shouldn't even be an option at this point. Put my fucking keyboard down.
I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
Shoot him.
Get away from her!
You like bite her head off or something?
Benedicta!
Yo, I'm fucking dying, bro. He was naked. He's fucking a chick. Yo, I can't, bro. It's amazing.
Oh shit, he's priming. No, not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without. Come to me, Ifrit!
Yeah. Wait, what? Where is that? It's not Joshua, right? So wait, who the fuck is that? Here we go. Let's fight with Ifrit. Let's go. I was born. Yo, he was having the vision. Clive was raw dogging her from me. I can't. So funny, dude. Oh my gosh. And he was like, he like grabbed her neck. Took a bite out of her neck. I can't, man. That's fucking incredible. Oh, I'm fucking nearly crying. It's so funny. Still don't have any R2 attacks, I guess. I'm laughing too hard. Oh my gosh. No, it's not all of a sudden I'm actually warm in here. That was fucking hysterical. It wasn't meant to be, but like, it was just like the way it was presented. And just like, you know, the way Benedicta is, like, I don't even understand what's the point of that midway. I can't even do anything. Man, that was so funny. It was unintentionally funny. It was subtle because like, but you could tell like Clive didn't have a shirt on or whatever, so it's like what it was implying. He's just raw dogging. I gotta stop. It's gonna get me killed.
You can do it. And so could I!
Huh. What's that, an R2 attack? Just a stone's throw away.
Let's give this a try. Not bad.
wonder if Brimstone will do damage. Let's see. It does. Awesome. Cool. I may as well heal, he's almost done. Damn. Truly God. Oh. Dude, the summons in this game are fucking incredible. Step on. Is he about to regain health or something? Because I thought that boss battle was just like a good length and did not need to be prolonged anymore. Or is this gonna be another cinematic or what?
What the hell has he done?
Wow. What the fuck?
Thunder, help me. It's do or die. I'm coming, Kuka.
Yo. This is like some fucking Sonic in Secret Rings. Actually kind of reminds me a little bit of like Kingdom Hearts. It's cool, the scale of this is fucking awesome. Or yeah, you could say like Sonic, Super Sonic Adventure 1. But yeah, this is, the scale of this fight is absolutely fucking absurd. It's awesome. Can I attack? Still a firelight. Okay. Damn, look how tiny he is compared to Titan. That's crazy. This is like straight like God of War stuff too. Oh fuck. I hit the wrong button. Don't tell me I have to do that all over. No, okay. That's it.
I've got you now.
Oh my god, dude. Almost staggering. I'm guessing we're gonna like take out like one piece at a time. Maybe not. Stones throw away. I mean, this is cool, but like this part's a little tedious, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little slow. Can you like speed this up a little bit? Would be kind of nice. Like it's cool, but it's like I don't know, like just dodging attacks and then every so often getting a couple hits in at a time. At least I can do damage while this is going on. That's good. Nice. Nice. Fucking awesome. Dude, I still have like aftershock from like having laughed that hard. What am I doing? Trying to make sure there's no granite attacks to hit me. Oh, is he jamming his own arm into him? Still going. I guess they really hyped this guy up to be like one of the big bads from the very like start of the game. So I get it. This has to be like the beginning of the end after beating him, right? It really only makes sense. This thing I spent a lot of time with it for. This is awesome. At least this isn't super long. Still have 2 firelights left. So far it hasn't been super long. Set piece is great, man. I don't have my brimstone. Oh, okay, I can still dodge it. Staggered, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, he's done. Yeah. At least they're consistent, right? Like, they give a power to, like, the villain, they give it to the hero typically, and vice versa, other than the stealing powers. Clive's the only one that has that ability. So far. Just gonna, like, punch him. Hey. Hold on. Shit. That was another punch. There we go. Yo. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and we can upgrade, we can get the one thing. If we want it. Or I can just upgrade the other thing, because I'm actually really liking upheaval and all that. I actually think that might be the better solution. I can upgrade the Garuda thing. I'm gonna close my cam. I will say it's kind of funny. The last punch against Kupka was very reminiscent of the final Muda in part 5 of JoJo. Just saying. Jeez. What is this?
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
The fuck?
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Is this like Genova's brother or something?
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss.
Who the fuck is this? Have we seen him yet?
One cannot cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head.
Literally. And also figuratively.
A fool like all the rest.
Oh, that the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
I saw that coming. I was like, are they about to... Yep.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There are way too many factions in this game.
You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
This is like a long-form anime style of world.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah!
Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Hey.
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Okay. So, alright. So from what I can understand, I guess the Dalmekian Empire and the Sambrak are the two that are really left, right? From what I understand, like, Waloed, I guess, was this, and we just took them out. We took these fuckers out. I mean, we took out a lot of people, maybe not their whole empire, but like, we took out a lot of their icons. So I guess, I think maybe the dude with the braid, the weird guy who was with Kupka, was Odin, maybe? Because I think Dalmek has Odin, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, these like factions and politics are like, it's like way too much. I'm gonna say like it's a problem, I would say, with this, like, the world building is like they force it onto you when there's like way too much else that's like way more important than that. Like all these politics. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. Fuck Otto. Can we see how Jill's doing? What is the missive? What is that?
If the state of our coffers is anything to go by.
Oh, I don't care. This fucking guy. Hey, he was annoying. Like, he just wouldn't stop talking and like being this like passive aggressive for no fucking reason. Like, just trying to like toot his own horn. Just fuck off. Hey.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Oh boy.
Thank you. I will.
Here we go with the world building.
The conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Or is Walud?
You know the tale
I don't
of the
fucking know,
Blind
dude.
And the Adamantus. One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Alright, give me the Fire Emblem map.
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash.
Okay.
It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin.
Okay, so that's
the
Walud.
Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest.
And below is Sambrek,
But
right?
of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot?
Okay, so Walud equals Royalists.
In summary,
Drake's
I know
Fang,
not to attend the
something.
Royalists betrayed Kupka. I
Drake's
know
Fang,
only
Kupka.
that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms.
So the black-haired dude
Your
was
uncle
King
volunteered
Barnabas.
to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news.
Or is it Dhalmekian Empire or Sambrek?
Hugo
Same thing.
Kupka is dead.
Maybe.
The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
But I thought they were. I don't fucking
Can
know.
I say, I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Yeah, you should have paid attention.
Here for another of my lectures. Hippocrates, Kupka took.
He was spirited back to Dalmekia. So Drake's fan equals Dalmekia. Gotcha. Equals Kupka. Alright, so Dalmekia is gone. Got it. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. Sambrek was like the empire, I think, that Clive was with when What's-Her-Butt joined after the fall of the Rosalith.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
Kupka.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Ed.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
No.
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Clive, what's St. Fornian, dear?
Oh shit. Diamond sword.
That it? Fine.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
What do you need? What's St. Fornian, dear? Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later.
Oh, I get a diamond sword. Oh, okay.
Anything else?
That's cool. Let's see, how it looks. This new one. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I'll keep it for now. That's cool.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never...
Yes, I'm back to laughing about that.
I saw him with my own eyes.
I just want to go back and see my genuine reaction again. You know what I mean? Which I will. But.
To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Thanks to Sid,
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Hello there. How do you get to mids? Okay. This almost feels like it could be multiple games worth of story because of the world we're building. I don't know. Or just like a very like Game of Thrones type of show.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that.
You fell
First
for
things
it.
First, I need some parts mecking. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
I mean, I get what they're going for. It's like the daughter of Sid making the airship.
Editors started reading books that don't have
Rather than Sid himself. Which, I mean, there's something I could say about that, but it really doesn't really make much difference to me either way.
I went up to give some greens to the
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supply. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Real riveting gameplay right here. Sure, you're all on the edges of your seats. That quest marker was not there. Oh, okay. So it's only, okay. In this general area? Uh-huh. Seems to really only be on the riverbank, so. I'm from Damascus. Why don't you look up? I'll show you who I am. That is. If you haven't seen that video and you like even passing interest in Final Fantasy 12. It's funny as shit.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
It's a little... I couldn't watch the whole thing. It's a little cringe. Now, for me, I used to like watching stuff. I don't like watching people, like, go out in public and, like, scream things or something. Like, that's cringe to me nowadays, but... some of it's funny.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day.
Shite.
We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
I gotta say, I feel pretty much the same way about Gav as I did about Sid.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
That like I know you're supposed to like love Gav and Otto and Sid and all them, and like I don't feel it. Like they're okay. They're not bad characters by any means. I'm not saying they're bad or they're, you know, or that I don't like them. I do like them, but it's like I'm not like in love with these characters. I don't know. Yeah, I'll unpack that a little bit more later as we, you know, when we close out in a little while.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
Like honestly, this is a little unnecessary.
Blackthorn, got everything you need.
It's just padding.
Yeah.
The main story.
Yeah, I do.
They kept this shit for the most part to like side quests and FF7 remake.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Can I have it, like ability points? Okay, great. Thank fuck for that.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
To work.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Like Gav. Okay. Oh, that's right. We were working towards this Judgment Bolt, and now I don't even need it because Wind Up and Upheaval are good enough, kind of. Yeah, so let's take care of this. Master that. Or at least upgrade. A bit much. I'll upgrade Wind Up. And then we'll upgrade Upheaval. Because Upheaval is really good. How do you do that? I'll check it out.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
I wonder if it's like hold Phoenix Shift, like when you're Ifrit. That would be sick. That would make Phoenix Shift like a lot better, or rather, the application.
Just started reading books that don't have any pictures.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's the name?
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect
When she
material
said
for
all the
architecture
details, she meant it.
If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly.
It's actually warm in here for once. It's really cold as shit in this room.
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going
So we
to
have
be
to fight him.
considerably more dangerous
Fine.
than that.
Just point me in the direction, let me go
I
fight.
see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I'd be okay with this if this was like an anime or something, like a long form where, you know, they're taking some downtime between the action. But like, this is a game. An FF. Yeah, it's certainly it's certainly like the opposite, I would say, of like 15, where ordinary, like 15 is extremely open world in comparison, but this game is a little bit more linear, but at the same time gives you the no, this is the way. Yeah, because we're up the ladder, so yeah, this is it. Right? Am I crazy? Or I just go a different way? I don't know, but whereas this is like, it's technically not open world because you have to like literally go on the map like Fire Emblem, Sacred Stones or Awakening, and like pick a spot and then go. So this is very closed world by definition, and even with like side quests and shit, it's technically like, you know, the main story is linear in that, like, you know, you have to go X place, Y, you know. But it's not like, it's definitely less linear than 13. Now it is. It was like basically 13 in linearity before, and now it's definitely become not that.
It's over.
Or is ignition something you have to equip, let's say? Of course it is. Oh, fuck. That was wasted, but wasn't much at least. What are you doing out here?
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
What are you talking about? Don't you just like just explain it to the monster, like all the theoretical physics of the airship that you're building? You'll kill it right the fuck off. No offense. I like science, I like physics and all that stuff. Just like in this context, it's extremely boring. Floating eyeball.
Our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Hear the fucking plane.
Nice try.
I like this sword.
Oh, good.
fly over my fucking house already and just go?
The things I do for you, Mid.
That was unreasonably, like, dangerous for a mini boss. Weird.
Indeed.
Did a lot of damage.
Don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Midno? Midna? No? Strength tonic. I never even used any of those. Now you can teach them about levers. Levers. How to lift that thing. Teach them about jewels. Ropes. Pulley system. I'm gonna just kind of go around here and build up my limit break. If I can. That way I can quickly restore health if need be.
It's over.
Although I have, I am also very close to leveling up. I wish there was a way to, like, recover your health at, like, at the hideaway. Cooker. Yeah, I'm gonna say it now, but I'm gonna say it again later. I think the quality of the game is starting to overall go down a little bit, unfortunately. And it's like shit like this that just doesn't really make the game better. Nor does it really make the story better, to be fair. My matter. This should hold me for a bit. Or I guess I could just use, could have just used a potion and then buy a fucking potion. Imagine that.
That's better.
I think that's probably the smarter idea, right? We have like 1 billion gil, and potions are not very difficult to buy. But, I mean, lemon break's easy to build up.
And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here.
Alright. I don't know that I want to start anything crazy, but we still technically have like a half hour before the 3-hour mark. I don't know. I also do have like a decent amount to talk about, I think. I want to talk a little bit about stuff. About like game design and like story design, like from my perspective. Not as like like from a place of authority, but just like my opinion.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
There's one more thing to do. Right?
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
Booga.
So,
I'm sorry.
It's enough to stop the engines going pop.
I am
Those
part
things
English.
will
I've
still
said
be
this
spitting
before.
out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something
Not
light.
mistaken, that's a northern
I've wrapped my
London
brains and I just can't think
accent.
what to do it.
well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him?
Down
See what he
here.
makes of it?
Right away.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Like I think northern London. That sounds.
Editors started
Think.
reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Could be wrong. I actually fucking love English accents. I think they're. I'm not like the typical like oh, they're like real sexy or whatever like this. People are talking about like the southern formal English accent. Great, that one. But I think they're all great. Like all the different like types just in London. I don't know. I just think it's hysterical how just in London alone you get like a billion different accents.
Always. Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Well, in that case, fuck off.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes?
This is like
around the
fucking
edges?
RuneScape, this
It
quest.
has some specific requirements for the materials. The shield
Straight
needs
up.
to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
So I just have to give Mid my
Applied
moon
some
too.
material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and
I'll
to
stop.
what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
That's tough.
I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Because I want Tarya, but I can't disrespect my girl like that.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus. I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us.
So, Clive, who will accompany?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk.
And she could have just come with us, right?
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the... Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
We haven't much, but you're free to look. Ah, yes.
You don't put the garlic in the carbonara.
How the hell is anyone...
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
This is why I picked her.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Is there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Beautiful.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Okay. That should have been... That was fantastic. That's what it... This whole side quest should have just been that. That should have been it. With maybe, you know... Oh my gosh. There's help. They need help at this place. There was a monster. This. Okay, great. Jill and them go and fight that floating eyeball. Done. But the extent of that quest should have been like hand the blueprints to, you know, blacksmith. Get them set on the thing on part 2, and then us do part 3. Jill and I do part 3. Jill and Clive do part 3, and then Clive, come quick! There was a monster at so and so. And then we fight them with Jill. Done. They could have cut this quest down by like 20 fucking minutes.
Your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my
Excuse
time.
me.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
God.
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of
That's
action.
going fucking nuts.
When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young men of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates.
Thank fuck for that. Oh, nice.
good news then.
Alright. Let's go report back to mid, and then whatever comes of that cutscene, we'll close it out afterwards. And because, like I said, we're gonna have to have a chat. About what we've done today. Sometimes they're a little more long-winded than others, but it's just, if I have more to say, I'm gonna say more. And like I said, my promise to you all was that I was gonna be brutally honest, whether I really liked something or didn't like something. And I'm going to keep that promise.
I think mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? Alright. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. I'm not going to go any further, just because I think it can get pretty lengthy after this. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to come of this. Like, we get interrupted or something big happens. I don't know. Alright, so let's talk. Let's have a conversation with myself to you. Because there's nobody in the chat, but I'd definitely be willing to dialogue with people if there were people in the chat, but alas, it's all good. So where do we start? I'm gonna start with gameplay aspects, because I think game design's probably a little bit more objective in the way I'm about to approach this. Story maybe a little more subjective, but gameplay. So while I'm still enjoying the game, I still think it's a really good game. I've been having problems with the pacing that this gameplay has been putting us through. And it's basically everything that I've kind of complained about in this part up until now. So like, even like little things like the Titan fight, which I think dragged on a touch too long. Where like that big ass, like the scale of that fight was incredible, but then they like slowed it down, and then you had to like whittle away at the dude's health and like over like multiple staggers, and then a couple cinematic finishes. I felt that they should have quickened that part of the fight a lot more. And like there was, and then that still wasn't it. Like I was just ready for the fight to be done by that point, and it still wasn't it. And it was cool, but again, I think they dragged that fight on just a hair too long. But they, like I said, they slowed it down to a point where it didn't need to be slowed down. Like, that should have been a fast-paced fight. And then you're just dodging a hand and then, like, chipping away at it. Like, to me, not great game design, personally. Now, yes, I've talked about this quest, but I'm going to talk about it one more time, and then we'll move on. I think some of these side quests that are actually built into the main quest are a bit unnecessary. I understand they're trying to develop other characters like Gav, Mid, and, like, potentially Taria, or, more Jill. That's all well and good. But if they were going to build this in the main story as like a Svischenzug, I guess, which would be an in-between move in chess. Yeah, basically that's a chess term, meaning it's your in-between move. So like in between two like very important moves, you do what's called a Zwischenzug. I think I say that right. I'm not sure. And, you know, they're trying to bring the energy down after the Titan fight and all that stuff, and then, you know, great. Because I'm sure there's something big coming. However, like, it's been dragging on a lot. So, like, that whole, like, 3-parter quest thing, plus telling everybody about fucking Kupka's death, like, they could have just had, like, a 1-minute scene of people celebrating Kupka's death, and it would have been just as impactful. It added... Is that Helena? It is. It added 0 gameplay immersion by making us run around and doing it. Same thing with the fetch quest, which I liken to RuneScape. Sometimes RuneScape's quests can be infamously, like, cumbersome to just, like, travel all around the fucking world doing these fetch quests. I think it should have existed. However, I think it should have been divvied up. So, for example, Gav and Otto should have been sent to get the Stardust, rather than, you know, them going. Give the thing, send whatever. And it could have been like a 1-minute scene again. 1 or 2 minutes at most, instead of like the 5 minutes it took to figure that shit out. And then go for 10 minutes, literally just pressing X to gather Stardust, and then having that extra scene with Gav. I'm going to talk about that when we talk about story. Cut that shit out. Second part is fine, but they dragged it on for way too long. Like, the explanation and all this shit, like, yeah, we have somebody handling the second part, so you don't have to worry about that. And they're in so-and-so. Done. What I need your help with is the third part. Then you don't get the option of Taria, you just bring Jill, and you have that great scene. That would have cut down like 20 minutes or something on that quest. That was nothing. Literally nothing. And then after that, by the way, at this place they're having trouble, go kill a floating eye. Great. Done. We can handle the rest, thank you, Clive. So, like, from a game design standpoint, while I understand they're trying to slow the, you know, like, the gameplay down just for a bit, it dragged. And that brings us to the story, which I think the story is starting to drag a little bit. And it's a problem with the world building, in my opinion. It's not, like, inherent to this part, but I think the story, like, there's so many fucking factions, and, like, it's so hard to remember them unless you're, like, really, like, dialed in and paying attention to the world building, which, you know, I'm all for, but, like, I'm not super interested, because half or more of the politics is not related to Clive. It's not related to him. He, like, it just so happens that his journeys take him there, and, you know, he interacts with the icons and the mother crystals, but majority of the world building has nothing to do with him or the journey at hand, like the story, like his story. So, like, as opposed to a game like Final Fantasy X, where every piece of world building comes as the character is there, so you know where you're at, you know what significance it plays in the world. They go into as much depth as you need, and then they move on. And I think that for a game like this, that would have been like 1 billion times better for the world building and the pacing of the story. And I think they should have cut down the factions by like 3. Like, granted, I understand they wanted multiple, like, you know, factions to have each of their own individual icons. They could have had like multiple like either rogue icons, or like several icons in the same thing, like Benedicta and Kupka. But instead they like created this way overblown like political faction like split that has very little to do with anything, and just like it's just like it makes it feel bloated. Whereas if this were like a long form television show or anime, like Game of Thrones has just as many factions or if not more, but because they give it to you a little bit at a time, and you're meant to understand this is a long show that is like I don't know how many hours, like tons and tons of hours, way more than this in terms of like actual world building and character development. Because you know, you have to understand that cutscene wise, this is not 40-hour game. This might be a 40-hour game if you're including gameplay and cutscenes and so on and so forth. So like for a video game like this, it doesn't make sense unless you're doing it in multiple games. In which case, I don't think they're gonna do multiple games. Probably not, but not the way the story's going. But yeah, it just feels bloated to me right now, and pacing is not good. Like, and I'm gonna talk about like the scene with Gav. I don't care. Like, again, I don't hate the guy. He's fine. I like him, but like, it's not necessary, man. Like, he's not like a main character. He's not one of them. He's not Clive, Jill, or Torgal. Those are like the main. That's the main three. Like, let's focus on them. Focus on that character development. Like, I was saying the same thing about Sid. Like, when he was there, Jill was always in the background, and she had like no development ever when Sid was on screen. And when he died, all of a sudden, Jill suddenly gets all this character growth, and it's because, you know, this game focuses on just a few characters at a time, and then they just suddenly like shift the focus away from what matters, and like the heart of this game is Clive and Jill and Torgal. Can't forget the dog. And sure, Sid too, but like Sid's gone now. Sure, Gav and Otto, great. Mid, whatever. I like Mid, she's fine. But they're not that important to the story right now. Like, focus on what's important. And it's okay to have a scene once in a while, but like, they want you so bad to like these extra characters, and they're okay. But they're not lovable in my viewpoint. I'm sure a lot of people like them a lot or whatever, but I'm not feeling it to that degree. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at with that. They've been throwing more ability points my way going back to gameplay, so I'm appreciative of that. I'm sure all these side quests would get me all of these ability points, so I'll concede that point. I think that's probably what's holding me up, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe these don't give ability points. Some don't, so who the fuck knows? Yeah, I mean, boss battle was good, if a bit bloated, like I said, and, you know, dragging a little bit, but, you know, design-wise, it was fine overall, like in terms of like the actual like difficulty and stuff like that, you know. I think that's it. I've said a lot, and I'm done. So, like I said, I'm a little disappointed with the direction this game is taken, but I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not even saying it's a good game. It's still a very good game. I just think they could have benefited from a little restraint, a little less self-indulgence on some of this stuff, but they have a chance again to, you know, kind of get things rolling again and make it better. So, with that being said, that's gonna close it out for tonight. So, thank you all for watching. If you like my content, please drop a like, sub, follow, all of the shit. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.